Hey guys, I've got a new gun from my collection here that I thought I would show. This is a 45 semi-automatic blowback rifle. For the people who are familiar with my channel and been watching for a long time, you might recognize this. I did a video on this a while back, but due to some platform policies, I've kind of changed the format a little bit. Again, this is again from my collection, but this is clearly a one-off firearm. It's 45 ACP, big thick receiver, big old heavy bolt because it is a blowback rifle. It's got walnut furniture on it. We can get a little closer. Turned out pretty nice. I think it's a linseed with a teak oil too. I think both the pistol grip and the stock. The metal hasn't been finished. Aluminum down here on these parts, and of course all steel, and even the barrel is in the white and has a kind of a MP 43 or an STG 44 look about it. I guess it's inspired by that. It does function really well. I've got some good footage at the range. I'll show you that here in a minute. Currently, it has an aim point on it. Of course, you could put any optic you want on. There's a rail for it. It takes 20 round Tommy gun mags or Thompson 45 mags. So those are just standard 20 round magazines. Pretty reliable and a neat magazine. Again, 45 ACP simple blowback. So the trigger components are all AR-15 semi-automatic, standard parts. These one has the safety in there. Of course, the hammer and the sear are all the trigger are all the same as just a standard AR-15. So all this is very familiar territory. The barrel is 16 and a half inches long. It's a 1 in 16 twist, which is what you'd want for a 45 ACP. I guess a little more about it. It's obviously a one-off. And if you've watched my channel, you can see that I've got some weird guns in my collection. But real quick on how to just field strip this gun for cleaning, there are several screws that are flush here with the tube. You'll want to take out these two right here will come on out, and then you can pull the buttstock off, and then the bolt and everything will just come on out the back of the receiver. It's a tube style. Okay, like I said, these two screws go all the way through this plate and screw into the bottom of the receiver. That's how that attaches. There's a recoil spring here and a recoil guide. There's that, and here's just the buttstock. Again, kind of a MP43 STG 44 kind of inspired look about it. It's kind of a weird design element on this one, but you have to take the trigger housing off the bottom to get the bolt all the way out, the way the AR-15 hammer interacts with it. So there's just two screws on the back right here. Just take these two screws and the entire trigger assembly will come off the bottom of the receiver. But hey, here's that trigger housing. Don't want the screws to fall out. But you've seen that. It's just an AR-15 trigger components put in this housing with, of course, that walnut grip and a little trigger guard here. But you wouldn't, normally take that apart for cleaning and field stripping and maintenance. To get the bolt out, so just back up here. Just pull the bolt on back, and the bolt handle comes out the hole there, and then the bolt just slides on out. So pretty simple. Again, this is a direct blowback firearm, so there's not a lot to it. Get that in focus. There's an simple extractor there. There's an ejector down in the receiver right here. But for field stripping purposes, this is as far as you got to take it down. Get you look down in the tube there. So yeah, you can. That's for cleaning and getting access to everything. So there it is, field stripped. Let me take it out to the range. There's a local range that we'll take it to. Put a few rounds to it. Let you see what that looks like. Hey, it's a heavy gun, but it's fun to shoot. Like I said, real reliable. And that 45 and these 20 round Tommy gun mags really do. It just makes it a real fun rifle to shoot. Especially 45 ammo. It's not affordable, but it's not too bad compared to some rifle cartridges. But to reassemble after cleaning, first things first, put the bolt back in and the bolt handle. Let's get a little different look at it here on the table. But yeah, the bolt, it's a simple blowback rifle. The next thing would be to put the return spring and the return spring guide. The guide nests up here at the top of this. I don't know what you'd call that. The rear receiver plug, maybe. But yeah, so you put the return rod and the return spring in there, and then put it back up there and put the through screws through the receiver. Let me do that real quick. Hey guys, if you've made it this far in the video, this kind of stuff interests you, I do have some books available on Amazon. There's a playlist on my channel called Books on Guns, and there's a video for each one of these books. If this kind of thing interests you, you may be interested in some of these books. Just check it out. Again, it's a playlist on my channel. All right, final step, is just to reattach the trigger housing here. Again, nothing really special about that, just aluminum trigger housing. You can see the cuts and stuff and where the screw holes, everything needs to line up. But let me attach that real quick. Check, got that part back together. You just want to just function check everything, make sure everything works. Yeah, and of course the magazine just goes in the housing like any other normal gun. So yeah, it has been a really fun and reliable gun to shoot, despite its very unique looks, and it's got a look for sure. But again, to my long-term viewers, appreciate it. I hope you like the new format. I do have a channel on Rumble, Garage Guy 3006, all one word. I do have a video that goes into much more detail. If this really interests you, you can head on over to Rumble. But hey guys, appreciate it. Again, I always like sharing these weird one-off guns from my collection. So hey, you guys be safe and God bless. Thanks.